Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm using my other phone to make a video. Yeah, happy Monday to all of you who are watching my videos. If you are, how you all doing today? Yesterday I was reading lesson 151, and it says all things are echoes of the voice for God. It was pretty long lesson, and the whole idea of that lesson was one more opportunity for you to remember and to practice that idea that wherever you may find yourself thinking with the ego, or having ego thoughts, emotions, feelings, dark thoughts, dark emotions, dark feelings, so you bring them to the Holy Spirit. That's what it means to stay connected to your source, because ego never stops working, and ego never stops its broadcasting, and streaming of its thoughts, emotions, judgments, all those stuff. So, and it's just up to you. Either you are staying tuned into that ego station, radio station, or you choose to tune into the Holy Spirit station, so like you have this choice, and it's a good news, right? You bring all your fears, all your problems, to the Holy Spirit's light, and He gives you His light, His decision, His way, how He sees it, right? So all things are echoes of the voice for God. And here is the paradox, so it's true if you think that there is no access to God, to this world. You know why? Because God did not create this world, right? God doesn't even see it, because it's not real for Him. Holy Spirit sees it, but He sees it differently, right? But at the same time, God is everywhere, right? That is the paradox. How come? It's like it depends on what or who you choose to think with, who you choose to look at things, with. So if you choose ego to see things with, so ego says, there is no God, you are abandoned, you are on your own. But Holy Spirit sees it differently, and He says like Christ is everywhere. Can you see God in each person you meet, or can you see God in every situation you face? Can you do that? So that's the level of the Holy Spirit, how He sees everything. And so for you to be even able to see that way, so that's why you need to stay connected to the Holy Spirit source, and again, if you found yourself thinking with the ego, you just forgive your choice, your own choice, your own mistake, you made. So mistake cannot be right, so you just forgive your wrong choice you made, right? So that's what you are doing, and you go to the Holy Spirit, and you come to Him asking Him, please, Holy Spirit, tell me what to do. So that's was the lesson 152 for yesterday. 151 actually. Today I'm about to read lesson 152, and it says the power of decision is my own. It's up to me what I choose to think. It's up to me what I choose to feel, right? That's the thing. And sometimes it's so difficult to accept this idea that you're not a victim of this world. All the other circumstances or people around you, they are not the reason why you feel this way. Yeah, they are not. The reason why you feel this way, the reason why you think and live like this is you. Yeah, and it's difficult for the ego to accept this idea, right? But when you accept it, yeah, when you realize, yeah, it's my choice, yeah, and yeah, I just made the wrong one. Yeah, I believed what ego told me, yeah, without even questioning it. So now I believe Holy Spirit thoughts, yeah. And if I made up that mistake, I can make something better, right? Especially with the Holy Spirit's help, right? So now I'm not alone, I'm not on my own, and I am not even making decisions on my own, right? Because Holy Spirit is making them for me, right? The power of decision is my own. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. So yeah, and again, if we take two people having the same circumstances, yeah, like terrible circumstances that happen to them, and it's like, yeah, we may find them having and going through completely different way of dealing with them, yeah, of coping with them, right? And the thing is that if you suffer from something that seemingly happened to you, yeah, so that's your choice. And because at the same time, with the same result, yeah, with the same circumstances, yeah, that happened to the other person, yeah, so he is not having the same feelings that may have the first person may have, yeah. So that's the difference, yeah. So you make this choice, either you are suffering or not, yeah, even having the same, yeah, situations. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve, nor fear, nor think him sick unless these are the outcomes that he wants. Can you imagine? I cannot be sick if I don't decide to be sick, yeah? If I decide to be healthy, so I am healthy, right? So does it mean that I'm being delusional or I do not accept something? Maybe, but I just don't care, yeah? I choose what I want to have, right? Okay, all right. So no one can grieve, nor fear, nor think him sick unless these are the outcomes that he wants. And no one dies without his own consent. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is omitted that you choose. Here is your world, complete in all details. Here is its whole reality for you, and it is only here salvation is. You may believe that this position is extreme and too inclusive to be true, yet can truth have exceptions? If you have the gift of everything, can loss be real? Can pain be part of peace, or grief of joy? Can fear and sickness enter in a mind where love and perfect holiness abide? Truth must be all-inclusive if it be the truth at all. Accept no opposites and no exceptions, for to do so is to contradict the truth entirely. Salvation is the recognition that the truth is true and nothing else is true. This you have heard before, but may not yet accept both parts of it. Without the first, the second has no meaning, but without the second is the first no longer true. Truth cannot have an opposite. This cannot be too often said and thought about. For if what is not true is true as well as what is true, then part of truth is false, and truth has lost its meaning. Nothing but the truth is true, and what is false is false. This is the simplest of distinctions, yet the most obscure, but not because it is a difficult distinction to perceive. It is concealed behind a vast array of choices that do not appear to be entirely your own. And as the truth appears to have some aspects that belie consistency, but do not seem to be but contradictions introduced by you. As God created you, you must remain unchangeable, with transitory states by definition false, and that includes all shifts in feeling, alterations in conditions of the body and the mind, in all awareness and in all response. This is the all-inclusiveness which sets the truth apart from falsehood, and the false kept separate from the truth as what it is. Is it not strange that you believe to think you made the world you see is arrogance? Is it not strange that you believe to think you made the world you see is arrogance? God made it not. God made it not. That's why he has no access. But yet at the same time, he is everywhere. You know why? Because you are part of God. That's why. Of this you can be sure. What can he know of the ephemeral, the sinful and the guilty, the afraid, the suffering and lonely, and the mind that lives within a body that must die? You but accuse him of insanity to think he made a world where such things seem to have reality. He is not mad, yet only madness makes a world like this. To think that God made chaos contradicts his will, invented opposites to truth, and suffers death to triumph over life. All this is arrogance. Humility would see at once these things are not of him. And can you see what God created not? To think you can is merely to believe you can perceive what God willed not to be, and what could be more arrogant than this. Let us today be truly humble and accept what we have made as what it is. The power of decision is our own. Decide but to accept your rightful place as co-creator of the universe, and all you think you made will disappear. What rises to awareness then will be all that there ever was eternally as it is now, and it will take the place of self-deceptions made but to usurp the altar to the Father and the Son. Today we practice true humility, abandoning the false pretense by which the ego seeks to prove it arrogant. Only the ego can be arrogant, but truth is humble in acknowledging its mightiness, its changelessness, and its eternal wholeness, all encompassing God's perfect gift to his beloved Son. We lay aside the arrogance which says that we are sinners. We lay aside the arrogance which says that we are sinners. To think and to believe that you can be sinful, it's an arrogance. It's an arrogance, actually, right? We lay aside the arrogance which says that we are sinners, guilty and afraid, ashamed of what we are, and lift our hearts in true humility instead to him who has created us immaculate, like to himself in power and in love. The power of decision is our own, and we accept of him that which we are, and humbly recognize the Son of God. To recognize God's Son implies as well that all self-concepts have been laid aside. All self-concepts have been laid aside and recognized as false. The arrogance has been perceived, and in humility the radiance of God's Son, his gentleness, his perfect sinlessness, his Father's love, his right to heaven and release from hell are joyously accepted as our own. Now do we join in glad acknowledgement that lies are false and only truth is true. We think of truth alone as we arise and spend 5 minutes practicing its ways, encouraging our frightened minds with this: the power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. Then will we wait in silence, giving up all self-deceptions as we humbly ask ourselves that he reveal himself to us. And he who never left will come again to our awareness, grateful to restore his home to God, as it was meant to be. In patience, wait for him throughout the day, and hourly invite him with the words with which the day began, concluding it with this same invitation to yourself. God's voice will answer, for he speaks for you and for your Father. He will substitute the peace of God for all your frantic thoughts, the truth of God for self-deceptions, and God's Son for your illusions of yourself. So yeah, we just remember that we always have this power of decision. Yeah, I make this decision, what to think, what to feel. Yeah, so we practice this today. And if we found ourselves to feel fear or any other dark and negative emotions, thoughts, and etc., yeah, so we just bring them to the Holy Spirit, and he gives us his thoughts, his beliefs, yeah, his emotions, how he sees everything. Yes, that's what we are practicing today as well, like we did yesterday. All right, so yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.